Hey, you beautiful, sensitive souls. I just wanted to, I know after a very long break, I was pretty much in hermit mode and all of Scorpion season, but transitioning into Sagittarius, I just wanted to really talk about a story that goes well with the transition. And it's really a story that inspired me, so I thought it might actually help a lot of you guys who felt the intense energy of Scorpio season. We passed through 11/11, and then the full moon in Scorpio, which was very intense. And Scorpio season, as I had mentioned in the last video, is so much about resurfacing of wounds and past memories. We had Mercury in retrograde, so we definitely had a lot of resurfacing, and overall in the collective it was very dense and very heavy energy, and you could really feel it, especially those of you who are sensitive. You must have felt it. It was just really a drag, and it was very hard to kind of find your way out of the the intense density of this kind of feeling in the consciousness. And as we shifted, and the Mercury went back into forward motion, and we kind of shifted into Sagittarius a couple of days ago. The story of the constellation is very very interesting, and again, based on Greek mythology, Sagittarius, also known as Chiron, was a centaur in Greek mythology, and he was well known. He was a kind-hearted, generous centaur, and he was unique because he was half man and half horse. And the way the story goes is that he accidentally got injured by an arrow that Hercules had released, and it was an accident, but he got injured, and he was in a lot of pain, and but he was immortal because he was a god, so he couldn't die, but he was dealing with this pain, and kind of like the pain of Scorpio seasons. He was dealing with this pain, and he couldn't do anything about it. So he decided that he would give up his immortality for Prometheus. And Prometheus was he was imprisoned and chained because he had helped man invent fire, or figure out fire, or gifted man with fire, and the gods were upset at him for doing that. And so he was imprisoned and chained, and so Chiron wanted to help him and said that, well, I'm going to give up my immortality to free Prometheus. And he gives his life to Prometheus and releases him. And Zeus, who was the king of the gods, noticed his very kind act of very sacrificial act. He wanted to reward him by making him immortal in the skies, and transformed him into a constellation of Sagittarius. And that's basically where Sagittarian constellation and the Sagittarian energies come from. So it's definitely a higher perspective. You kind of deal with your pain and everything that just resurfaced out of Scorpio, and you take that and you actually look at it from a higher point of view and say, well, let me go out and do something and help someone else kind of rise and lift up, and that would take some of my pain away. And I just wanted to share this because I thought it was very inspirational, and definitely something that we can use in the collective right now, very much on the planet. And as a lot of you who are on the path of ascension know that, we're transitioning into 2020, and this last few weeks of the transition, we're really bombarded literally with a lot of, solar activity, and the Schumann resonance has been like really up and down. And so for those of you who are sensitive, you definitely feel this in your consciousness and your energy fields, and it affects a lot of your psyche, your conscious and subconscious minds, a lot of dreams. And so, the story is very inspirational. So you just kind of go out in a very practical way, go out and help someone else, and kind of helps take away or reduce the burden that you're carrying into 2020. So just wanted to share that with you. And with that note, I wish you a beautiful and healthy Sagittarian season, and it's definitely a lot about higher perspective and higher consciousness. So I wish you a great ascension as well. Okay, thank you so much.